You ever get to that point where you stop caring if people call you ungrateful, dramatic, or difficult? Where you're like, fine, let me be the villain if it means I finally get to breathe? That was me 3 weeks ago. I wish I could say this story starts with one huge betrayal, but it doesn't. It starts with years of being invisible. Years of being the backup kid, the errand runner, the ghost in the background. I'm Liam. I'm 22, and up until recently, I lived at home with my parents to save money while I finished college and worked a full-time job. I graduated with honors. First in the family. Quiet ceremony. I didn't expect a parade, but I expected a congratulations. I didn't get one. Not a call. Not a text. No one came. And I figured, maybe they forgot. Maybe they were busy. But then my cousin Angela sent me a screenshot. My mom, Raina, had posted a massive Facebook update, all about my younger brother Bryce graduating high school. Big smiling picture. Gown and sash. Captioned, "So proud of my perfect boy graduating with honors. He's our rock, our blessing. Couldn't be happier." Not a word about me. Nothing about my degree. My name didn't even appear. Now, Bryce didn't graduate with honors. That was me. But he's the golden child. The loud, funny, charming one. The one my mom always brags about. Always defends. Always posts about. I've been the quiet one. The one who pays bills. Who cleans. Who helps. Who never gets seen. And still, I didn't say anything. I let it go. Until 3 days later, my mom stormed into the kitchen while I was making noodles and dropped this gem. "We're throwing a party for Bryce's graduation. Full catering. You're paying for it." I laughed. Actually laughed. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. I'm serious. $2,500. I already talked to the caterers. I asked, why would I pay for that? And she said it, with a straight face, like it was normal. "Because you owe us. For existing." That's when I felt something in me break. I've spent my whole life trying to keep the peace. Playing the good son. Paying rent. Buying my own groceries. Fixing things. Staying quiet. And now I was expected to pay for a party I wasn't even invited to? I looked her in the eyes and said, "I don't owe you anything. Be glad I stayed this long." She tried to block me from leaving the kitchen. Even shoved me. My own mom. That was new. I walked around her and went out to the garage just to cool off. I was shaking. Not out of fear. Out of rage. And that's when I decided. I wasn't paying. I wasn't attending. And I wasn't going to stay in that house one day longer than I had to. After I told my mom, "Be glad I stayed this long," I expected some cold shoulders. Maybe slamming doors. I didn't expect what came next. She launched a full-blown guilt campaign. The next morning, she was pacing around the kitchen, phone on speaker, talking loud enough for me to hear. I just don't understand where I went wrong. Some people don't appreciate family. I raised the boy and this is how he repays me. She kept looking over at me like she wanted a reaction. Like I was supposed to break down and apologize. I didn't. I ate my bagel. Scrolled my phone. Pretended she wasn't even there. But it didn't stop there. When I checked my phone later, I had 10 missed calls, all from the same unknown number. Turns out, it was the caterer. My mom gave them my name and number and told them I was handling payment. The text read, "Hi Liam, we're just confirming the $2,500 deposit for the event. We need payment to secure your date. Please call ASAP." I actually laughed. Like a deep, "You've got to be kidding me" kind of laugh. I screenshotted the message and sent it to my mom with one line. "Fix this yourself." She left me on read. An hour later, my dad came home from work and immediately stomped into the living room. "Liam," he said, like he'd practiced it in the truck, "this is getting ridiculous. You're disrespecting the family. It's time you step up and be a man." He said, "Be a man," like I wasn't already working, paying rent, running errands, and keeping this house from falling apart. "If you're not going to help," he added, "maybe it's time you don't live here anymore." I didn't blink. I just said, "Maybe you're right." He didn't expect that. Just stood there like someone hit pause on him. Then he muttered, "Watch your attitude," and walked out to the garage. That same day, my mom texted again. "The party's falling apart. The caterer is threatening to cancel. I already told people you were covering it. If it gets ruined, that's on you." And that's when I snapped. Not by yelling. Not by arguing. By forwarding screenshots. I went to the family group chat and sent the catering deposit message. Her, "You owe us for existing" text. Her voicemail where she screamed at me for being ungrateful. No explanations. No defense. Just receipts. Then I muted the chat and went back to watching TV. But the fallout came fast. Aunt Michelle. Wait, is this real? Uncle Eric. Why would she use your name for the caterer? Cousin Jessa. I'm so sorry. Liam. That's messed up. Others weren't so sympathetic. Aunt Lydia. You're being dramatic. This is family. One of my older cousins? Seriously? Just help out. It's a party. Move on. I didn't reply to any of them. I wasn't interested in convincing people. I was interested in exposing the truth. That night, my mom stormed into my room. She didn't knock. She never does. You're humiliating me, she hissed. You think you're clever? Sending those screenshots? I stood up. Calm. Collected. I'm not humiliating you, I said. I'm just done lying for you. She tried to grab my phone. I pulled it back. She slapped my arm, not hard, but enough to make her point. You don't get to do this to me, she snapped. I just stared at her. You did it to yourself. She slammed the door on the way out so hard it rattled the window. Later that night, Bryce finally showed his face. He walked into the kitchen like nothing had happened, grabbed some leftovers, and gave me a dirty look. Didn't say a word, just acted like I had ruined his life. Typical Bryce. When he wants something, he's everyone's favorite. When he doesn't get it, suddenly I'm the villain. But I didn't care, because for the first time in my life, I wasn't trying to win them over. I was trying to win myself back. And that meant doing something I should have done years ago. Start planning my exit. The night before the party felt like the calm before a storm, except the storm wasn't coming. It was already inside the house. My mom was in the kitchen, pacing and fake crying into the phone on speaker with her sister. Bryce was upstairs slamming his door every 10 minutes. My dad was out in the backyard, pretending to fix the shed with a flashlight that didn't even have batteries. And me? I was in my room, zipping up a duffel bag. I wasn't running away. I was walking out. But I wasn't leaving quietly. See, I'd spent the last few days collecting everything. Screenshots of texts where my mom demanded I pay for Bryce's party. The voicemail where she screamed that I owed her for existing. The messages from vendors I never agreed to. Her guilt trips. Her lies. I printed it all. Not for drama. For clarity. One copy went on our nightstand. One slid under my dad's pile of mail in the garage. And one, my favorite, tucked under Bryce's door. Each one in a plain white envelope. No notes. No commentary. Just the truth in ink. Before I walked out, I took a photo of all 3 envelopes sitting on the table. Then I dropped that photo into the family group chat. Caption: I'm out. Ask Raina why. Then I blocked every single number. I texted my friend Miles. Me, still got space on your couch? Miles, for you? Always. I left through the garage. Quiet. No slamming doors. No speeches. Just me, finally choosing myself. Nobody noticed I was gone. Nobody even looked up. Miles greeted me with a fist bump and a cold beer. No questions. No judgment. Just understanding. We watched dumb reality TV, laughed at nothing, and crashed around midnight. It was the most peace I'd felt in years. But I knew what was coming. And it started the next morning. My phone exploded. 40 missed calls. Dozens of texts. Voicemails from numbers I didn't recognize. Facebook messages. Emails. Even an Instagram DM from some church lady I barely remembered. And the theme? Panic. Mom. Where are you? It's an emergency. Please come home. Everyone's asking where you are. Just come back. We'll fix it. You're ruining everything. I can't breathe. Bryce. Please. I can't do this without you. I'm supposed to give a speech. I'm not going up unless you're here. Dad. Let's talk. Just come home. You've made your point. Let's fix this as a family. Turns out, they never paid the caterer. Never fixed the vendor info. Never replaced my contact details. They just assumed I'd cave. Like always. And when I didn't, everything fell apart. Angela, my one sane cousin, sent me the blow-by-blow. The catering was canceled. The decorations never showed. The cake shop refused delivery. The neighbors started leaving when they realized there was no food. Mom locked herself in the bathroom. Bryce sat in the corner refusing to speak. Dad tried to give a motivational speech and ended up yelling at a kid for asking where the food was. Oh, and the best part? Bryce refused to go on stage for his little honors speech. Told them, I'm not doing it unless Liam's here. Suddenly the golden boy needed me? Too late. I sat on Miles' porch with a coffee in one hand, the sun on my face, and my phone buzzing like a hornet nest. And I felt nothing but relief, not satisfaction. not revenge. Just peace. Because for once, they were finally feeling what I'd felt for years. Unseen, unheard, unimportant. Later that night, Angela texted, "I think you broke them. Also, I've never been prouder of you." Same. Because that wasn't just a graduation party. It was their illusion. And all I did was stop holding it up. They showed up at my door begging me to come home, but it was too late. The morning after the disaster, I woke up at Miles' place to golden sunlight streaming in through the curtains. I didn't check my phone right away. I just laid there for a moment, completely still, and let one simple truth settle into my chest. I didn't regret leaving, not even a little. When I finally checked my phone, it was overflowing. Missed calls, DMs, emails, even a Venmo request from my aunt for helping clean up the mess. Nice try. The family group chat was chaos. I didn't read all of it, but Angela sent me the highlights. Bryce never gave his speech. The food never arrived. People left halfway through. My mom had a panic attack in the bathroom. My dad blamed the kids these days for being entitled. Apparently, even some of the guests were asking, "Wait, where's the other son? Didn't he graduate too?" Poetic, isn't it? But the real kicker came that afternoon. I was back from a coffee run when I saw a familiar car parked on the curb outside Miles' place. My mom's SUV. There she was, Raina, standing on the sidewalk like someone waiting for a bus that would never arrive. Next to her, Bryce, arms crossed, looking like he hadn't slept. And my dad, leaning against the passenger door, doing his usual, "I'm the calm one" routine that never fooled anyone. I stood half a block away, holding a bag of croissants, just watching them. For a full minute, they didn't see me. And for a full minute, I realized something. I didn't want anything from them anymore. Not love, not recognition, not even an apology, just distance. When they spotted me, my mom took a step forward, already crying. "Liam, please, just come home. We'll fix it. We'll talk. I'll do anything. Just, please." I didn't answer. I walked past them, into the house, and gently closed the door behind me. Miles handed me a mug of coffee without asking a thing. They rang the bell. They knocked. They waited. But I never opened the door. Later, they slid a note under the door. "Liam, you're still our son. No matter what happened. Let's talk. We'll change. Just come back." No apology. No ownership. No mention of what they'd done. Just a plea to restore their comfort. That night, I did something I hadn't planned on. I opened my old graduation slideshow. The one no one ever saw. The one I made for the party that never happened. Then I created a free blog page. Dropped in the photos, the playlist, the screenshots, the proof. And I added one caption at the top. "Here's the graduation party you all missed. Not because you forgot, but because I was never enough to show up for." I hit publish. Didn't tag anyone. Didn't add commentary. Didn't need to. The next day, it exploded. People I hadn't spoken to in years messaged me. Old friends, classmates, co-workers, even strangers shared it, calling it the most honest thing I've ever read. One DM hit me hard. This broke me. I thought I was the only one who felt invisible in my own family. Thank you. I didn't respond to most of them, but I read every word, and I finally felt seen. Then came the fallout. Amanda, my mom's friend, posted some vague Facebook status about betrayal. Bryce deleted his Instagram for a few days. My dad tried to text me from a burner number with a 3-paragraph essay about family loyalty. I blocked it all, because they still didn't get it. It wasn't about one party. It was about a lifetime of being the afterthought, the backup, the one who gave everything and got crumbs in return. And when I finally walked away, they didn't miss me. They missed what I gave them. A week later, Angela called. "I think they're finally getting it," she said. "Like, really getting it. Your mom actually had to ask for help for the first time in years. Bryce canceled his victory dinner. And your dad, he's been weirdly quiet." I didn't smile, but I felt lighter. Because I didn't walk out to punish them. I walked out to free myself. And I wasn't going back. It's been a month now. I signed a lease on a small studio apartment across town. It's not fancy, but it's mine. No drama. No guilt. No one barging into my room demanding I finance their fairy tale. I still talk to Angela. Occasionally check in with my grandma. But everyone else. Blocked. Muted. Forgotten. And I'm not bitter. I'm free. If they ever apologize, really apologize, maybe we'll talk. But I won't be waiting. Because healing didn't come from their guilt. It came from me finally saying, "No more."